The future cop with the silly hat is back. It's Karate Cop. Karate Cop's a 1991 post-apocalyptic action sci-fi movie from director Alan Roberts. The movie opens with two girls running away from a Billy Idol concert. They're being chased and the blonde stays back to fight off the mutants so the brunette can get away. Their plan didn't go over too well since 3 guys stayed behind and about 50 of them chased the brunette. The blonde uses some fancy chain work to hold off the bad guys. This whole sequence could be just about any. Rachel's running away and one of the bad guys hits her in the head with a potato. She struggles to get away and is rescued by our hero, the last living cop on Earth, John Travis.
Can I help you guys?
Out of our way! We want the girl!
I don't think she wants to play anymore.
What about you?
Sure, what are you up for? Candyland? Shoots and ladders? He takes out the bad guys and uses some of his patented nutcrackers. Rachel wakes up naked on the floor of a garage. Maybe she was filming a music video.
Acid rain. If I didn't wash them, they'd have burned holes in me. Don't worry. I didn't look.
I bet.
She seems really snarky towards the guy who saved her life. Rachel offers to feed Travis if he gives her a ride home. It seems that no matter what causes the apocalypse, it always destroys all the world's bras. Travis and his dog Mick are giving Rachel a lift home. They get stopped by a gang, so he blows up their shopping cart bomb and the two run off.
What about the car?
I'll get the car later.
Forget the car, what about the dog?
Where's the dog?
He always disappears when there's trouble.
They get cornered by the gang and are confronted by their leader, Snaker. He's supposed to be talking like a snake, but it sounds more like he has a Louisiana accent.
Snake owns this part of town.
Wait, did I just say he's supposed to be talking like a snake? Since when do snakes talk? Travis beats up Snaker and they get away. They make it to Rachel's hideout but can't get in because the fence is electrified.
We gotta climb it.
No, it's electrified. We can't.
Mick shows up and... hold on. They missed the giant hole in the fence? And what about it being electrified? Rachel actually holds onto it while she climbs through. They make their way into the bunker and away from Snaker. Did I say bunker? I meant honeycomb hideout.
Come to the honeycomb hideout.
Rachel introduces Travis to the kids.
These are the freebies.
Oh really? Then where's the bean?
Is he the one now?
No questions now. We'll talk later.
Mom, is he our new dad? While Travis is enjoying his meal, Snaker's gang is trashing his car.
Oh my God.
Now that Travis's car is wrecked, Rachel has an offer for him. In their bunker, there's a teleporter.
It's a teleporter. It will instantly send you any place on the globe where there's another unit to receive you. The government built 20 of them, 3 in this area, and most of the others were destroyed. But we believe that the junior unit in the north is still active.
So it can teleport him from here to another place that's nearby here? Rachel needs a crystal to use the teleporter, so she wants Travis to go and get it for her. Over in Guy Fieri's house, he's watching a fight in a makeshift gladiator arena. Lincoln needs Rachel so he can take over her bunker and use the teleporter to transport drugs. Rachel gives Travis a motorcycle so he can get to the other base quicker. I'm pretty sure Rachel blew her line here and they just decided to keep it in the film.
What makes you think I just won't turn north and keep going?
Because I don't think you're that type of man. And besides, Cal will keep Mick company until you get back.
Isn't Mick the dog and Cal the kid? Travis heads out and immediately runs into Snaker and his troops. Why is Snaker's face completely different? It wasn't white like this before. He jumps over this conveniently placed ramp and gets away.
Do you think he's gonna make it?
If anyone can make it, it's John Travis.
If anyone can make it, it's the guy I met yesterday. Travis makes his way through scenic Cleveland and stops at the second base. I don't think slightly behind a bush is the best place to hide your bike. Travis heads into the building. Oh, this is going to be like that warehouse level in Condemned. He finds a bunch of cultists that have been worshipping the teleporter. They leave the room and he tries to take the crystal Indiana Jones style. Travis gets attacked by a guard and he sets off the alarm. He tries to disarm the self-destruct with the super advanced Commodore 64. He kills the guard but doesn't have enough time to escape.
1. You have 0 seconds.
Nothing works anymore.
I told you to find a better place to hide your bike. Travis heads to the Jackass Junction. In Omega Cop, there was a drunken Adam West, so it only makes sense we'd have a drunken David Carradine in the sequel.
Why, just this morning, my son Tom cut himself a Jackie Rabbit. Hardly any boils on him at all.
Travis orders some stew, and holy crap! Isn't food supposed to be scarce in the future? Then what's with the vat of stew? Since he's a cop, everyone in the bar attacks him. He then proceeds to kill them all and take his bike back. On the way back to the bunker, Snaker's men knock him off the bike. Snaker would probably have better luck shooting him if he stopped aiming at the ground. Travis makes his way back to the bunker. While he was gone, Lincoln managed to kidnap Rachel. Lincoln leaves Rachel for his lead henchman.
You will put on a pretty dress and we go dancing.
Travis makes his way into Lincoln's base and stops in his arena.
The best is yet to come.
But the fun is just beginning for you, my dear.
What was I saying about the best yet to come?
I told you the fun was just beginning.
The champion just won another match, so Travis takes this opportunity to rescue Rachel. He grabs her and they run off while one of the gang accidentally kills Lincoln's woman. Sorry, she didn't have a name. See? Lincoln's woman. After killing some more henchmen, they escape through the roof. Stop, or we'll wait until you're out of the line of fire, and then we'll shoot. I don't think Travis's gun shot anything here. Travis and Rachel jump off the roof, but he gets shot in the leg. They get away, and this leads me to one of my favorite action movie cliches. The hero surgically removing a bullet from himself. The next day, Rachel's putting the new crystal in the teleporter. She's a scientist now since she's wearing glasses and a lab coat. Isn't that how it works? Lincoln's men attack the base. Why didn't they just do this earlier? Rachel puts the freebies in the teleporter and sends them to somewhere? Are they sure this thing even works properly? Or are they going to get to the other side and see there's a bunch of Brundle freebies? Travis holds off Lincoln while Rachel finishes sending the kids through. Lincoln breaks in before Travis, Rachel, and Cal can escape.
My, what wonderful toys you have here.
Travis fights off the henchmen, Cal kills Snaker, and they manage to get away. Travis is fighting Lincoln's champion that he thought he killed earlier. While this is going on, Lincoln is prepping to use the teleporter. Travis destroys the crystal and delivers this delightfully awesome line.
Assholes to ashes, dictators to dust.
The self-destruct goes off and Travis escapes because isn't that a prerequisite for these kind of movies?
Nothing works.
Travis and Mick survive the blast and walk off in a very Mad Max style. They head off to find Rachel and the freebies, even though they have no idea where they were teleported to. The movie was shot mostly in Stockton and Lodi, California. Stuntman turned actor Ron Marchini had been making low-budget action films primarily for cable and distribution to Asian markets, where they were a big hit. He ran a dojo in Stockton that specialized in a karate style called Renbukai. At the time, his was the only dojo in Stockton that taught that particular style. In the front office of his dojo were posters for Omega Cop, Death Machines, and some of his other productions. To help keep production costs down, Marchini often hired friends and co-workers from the dojo. Marchini also used many of his students as the freebies and extras in the film. Chris Ost, who was his senior student and one of the main instructors, was Half-Face in Omega Cop and a thug in Karate Cop. He was also the fight director in Karate Cop. Veteran actor David Carradine had a small role in the film. His career was on the decline at the time, and he took the role for $10,000 for one day's work. Although it was mentioned that shooting his part took much longer than expected because it took him 16+ takes to get his lines right. It was rumored that around that time he was suffering from alcoholism, which might account for why such a veteran actor would have trouble remembering a few lines. While Karate Cop was filming, Marchini and his wife were almost killed. After a long day of filming, an unknown assailant drove by and fired at them. The article made it into the local news and the Black Belt Times, giving the movie some very unusual press. Thankfully, neither Marchini or his wife were injured. The original casting director quit the film over an actor's pay dispute, and the job was taken over by Michael Bristow, who played Snaker. Director Alan Roberts had mostly done softcore films like The Sexpert and The Happy Hooker Goes Hollywood. In 2012, he was involved in a very unexpected controversy. He was hired to direct a film called Desert Warriors. After the film was finished, producer Sam Basile took the footage, recut it, redubbed the actors' lines, changed the characters' names, and released the film as Innocence of Muslims, an anti-Islam film that was blamed for starting riots in the Middle East. Roberts went into hiding to avoid the backlash, since him and many of the others who worked on the film had no idea that it was going to be altered in this way. The producer, Sam Basile, was investigated, and it was uncovered that he was really a man named Nikula Basili Nikula. He was arrested and is back in jail due to violating his parole stemming from bank fraud years earlier. A trailer for the film was released on YouTube, which set off protests in Egypt, and was initially blamed as the instigator for the attacks on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, although that charge was later dismissed. This movie was a lot of fun, but it's not without its flaws. Why wasn't Travis up north with the girls from Omega Cop anymore? Why didn't Lincoln try to ransom Rachel for the crystal? Why didn't Lincoln's mob just smash through the gate earlier? Why did Rachel wait until the next day to use the teleporter? What did Lincoln expect to do once he used the teleporter? On the other side, it would have been him with none of his henchmen versus the freebies. Even though they were kids, I'm sure they would have had no problem killing him. Nitpicks aside, who cares? The movie was a blast. I liked Omega Cop, but thought Karate Cop was better overall. The fights were better, the action was better, and they pushed the post-apocalyptic angle much further than they did in Omega Cop. Another thing the sequel has over the original is some genuinely funny moments.
Maybe the keys to that motorcycle I got parked out back in that bag there.
You can have her. She's not my type.
While the movie is still somewhat serious, well, about as serious as you can get for a movie that's about the last living cop fighting mutants in a world ravaged by solar flares, it's clear they decided to have a little more fun with it this time around. Marchini seems like a genuinely cool guy, and I always enjoyed watching his films. His fight choreography is done by people who are obviously experts, and they never skimp on the explosions. So they may not have the production value of some A-list action films, but I'd much rather watch a movie like Karate Raider than A Good Day to Die Hard.
Hey, fella, you wanna dance?
I'd like to, but my feet are killing me.
And everybody else.